presidency and failing Democratic agenda. Speaker Pelosi, she's running for re-election in 2022, claiming she's running for the children. It's always about the children. Take a look.
When people ask me what are the three most important issues facing the Congress, I always say the same thing. Our children, our children, our children. That is my why I am in Congress, for the children. As you hear me say, when you're in the arena, you have to be able to take a punch or throw a punch for the children. That is why I am running for re-election to Congress and respectfully seek your support.
I'm actually running for the opposite reason, to get rid of the incompetent adults that are screwing everything up. Imagine that. Now, that's good for the children, too. Now, of course, no one has stood more in the way of children's success than the Democrats. They're the ones that are keeping schools closed and putting masks on kids and bending, the knee to far-left teachers' unions. They let them write COVID laws, advocate against school choice. Here with reaction, Senator Lindsey Graham. I'm sure you're happy to hear that she's running again.
It can't be good for kids, for the parents of the children, to lose ground to rampant inflation. How is it good for a kid to have rampant crime, rising crime? A young kid was killed walking in the streets in Chicago. So the best thing you can do for kids is to fire these people, because they're going to ruin the next generation's life. But with Nancy Pelosi, are you damned if you do, or are you damned if you don't? Because if she doesn't run, that would be an admission they're going to lose the House. And if she does run, it allows Republicans to tell the American people they're doubling down on this failed leadership. So we're in a great spot as Republicans. We just need to stay focused and come up with a positive American First agenda as we attack their failed policies.
Last time you were on this program, you said that you can't have a Senate leader that doesn't agree with American First policies, Make America Great Again agenda. I agree with you.
Right.
But those are the policies that work. Look at what we were just discussing with the Florida Surgeon General. How is it possible now in the third year, at Christmas, when you know there's going to be a higher incidence of whatever variant there is? Oh, we didn't see it coming, Joe said, meaning Omicron. How is it they ran out of tests? They ran out of monoclonal antibodies. They didn't prepare. We've had these antiviral medicines. How'd they run out of those, Senator?
Well, the same people that did all that also allowed 2 million illegal immigrants to come across the border, took the most secure border in December of 2020 to make it the most broken border in the history of the country. These are the same people that pulled the plug on Afghanistan, that left Americans behind in enemy lines, that allowed the Taliban to run the country and al-Qaeda and ISIS to rise. These are the same people that let Putin walk right all over them. And these are the same people that are trying to kiss the Ayatollah's ass. They don't know what they're doing. These are a dangerous group of people. When Nancy Pelosi said that she's going to run again for the House of Representatives, that's the best news I've heard as a Republican in a very long time, but very sad for the country. So to the American people, if she runs, make sure you fire her as Speaker.
By the way they're treating your fellow South Carolinian, your fellow Senator Tim Scott, is repulsive. Yeah. And he's up from running this year. And I will tell the people of South Carolina, no offense, he's the real senior senator, but he is a great man. And the things that have been said about him make me want to puke. It's repulsive in this day and age. I want to ask you one last question. Joe Biden is having and calling up a higher state of preparedness for 8,500 of our military about the Ukraine-Russia crisis. Yeah. Now, we're not going to war with Russia. Yeah. I don't want to go to war with Russia. It would be stupid to go to war with Russia. Yeah. But we can stand up against the invasion of a innocent country, in this case, or the sovereignty of a country. And the way you do it is you mass produce oil and energy, which is half of Putin's economy, and we'd benefit for national security reasons, and the American people would do them a service. Everything would get cheaper. It would help with the 40-year high of inflation. Why don't we do that?
Well, number one, I support sending more troops to the Baltic regions, members of NATO. As Putin tries to dismantle NATO, we need to make it stronger and have a greater presence in his backyard. But the one thing I want to leave with you tonight, the Ukraine is far more important than just the Ukraine. The Chinese are watching, and if Putin gets away with dismantling the Ukraine, the Iranians will break out and try to get a bomb because they see weakness everywhere. So if you care about world order, you better get the Ukraine right.
All right. Thank you, Senator. Coming up, shocking video shows the mass release of migrants into the U.S.